Ani eyanokre wapomudin hu hia enu nti na ho ahohia sa wobehwa wo hu so yi wo brano ne mra mu odin ameto wo mpofri. Now permit me to introduce you to Green Select Glucometer. Green Select Glucometer from Costless Ventures. Sa fidie kito ya etimimpo ehwa wo botomi eboa ma wo hu wo sugar level abribia. Wona wo diabetes ana yare ahodo a emma wo sugar level esote wo brano no. Sa fidie be bo nka ye baby bia wo bia no wada wo so akohu doctor ntem na wo mo dry betimi ma blood sugar no aye pepepe. With Green Select Blood Glucose Monitoring System, you get your test results in 5 seconds. Annual 5 seconds per now results are ready. And it's suitable for persons of all age. Nane boaso de more people din hu yaw. Sa upe bako ana sa upe so tukoton. Call Costless Ventures now on 0205 915 315. Or fry a betcha we office at Ben Wagana Fine Baby na only one dija. Green Select Glucometer, the best. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Okay, so the action on radio is what I give to you anytime you see me sitting like this here on Sammy Flex TV. And because I know sometimes you are so busy during the day, you don't even get time to listen to what we do on radio, I have introduced this particular segment called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. Here what I do is whatever we did on Xylophone 102.1 FM on a special program called Showbiz Agenda, I give you all the highlights. I know you might not have time to listen to all the 3-hour program, so what I do is I come down, call my team, and we say that people would want to hear this, they want to see this, we piece them together for you to enjoy. It is called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. So today's episode is going to give you one of such, taken from Xylophone FM's Showbiz Agenda. All that you have to do is to sit, relax, enjoy, and still get the moment just as it was live on radio. I did this with my team led by Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Ya Lapiji, Nana Reagan, and Team Dodo Solomon, aka Chamo, and MC Berima as well. Now you have to relax, and anytime you want to know what is happening on Xylophone FM, this is what you have to do. Subscribe to this channel, Sammy Flex TV, get all the updates, and even if you're not able to listen to what we do on radio, you get a chance to watch it here on Sammy Flex TV later. Enjoy the moment, and you can always share your comments with us here on the show. Enjoy, and let's do more. We're out.
I want to do something with you because this morning we were having our thing before we came online about the KKD statement that says that whoever is having an English name is mentally enslaved.
Sure.
You agree with him? He actually made that statement here on this platform with Black Rasta on the Taxi Driver Show. When he made that statement, he said all those who have foreign names like Samuel, like Roland, like Emmanuel, stick a crowd, what else? Prince, like Prince.
Sammy, Flex crack out.
Flex didn't count. He says all such people are mentally enslaved. And I know the main Chatterman doesn't have any name like that though.
Oh, my father dropped mine.
So it means your father was right then.
That's
according to so you were called Evans.
Yeah.
Evans. Okay. So do you agree with KKD? Mami, tell your opinion on her quickly.
For me, I think but to start, someone that is, I will elaborate a little on that to give my response. Someone commented under his post, his this story when my Joe and I put it up on their Facebook page. He says that's Richard Larry Tete. He said more emancipation needed for those with 6-piece black Swiss suit. What he's trying to say is if those with English name are under some form of slavery, then more emancipation is needed for those with 6-piece black Swiss suit, red tie, sitting on deep blue woolen shorts. Deep blue, they like wear those things. A black Italian shoe matched with red nylon socks from Russia. and black Spanish hat with China-made walking stick in 45 degrees Celsius with a cigar in between two fingers and topping with sunglasses with unmeasured reflective index. You see?
So indirectly, this person is trying to shade KKD.
Of course.
That if KKD is talking about changing our names because we are mentally enslaved, then he should also change his ways of appearance.
Yes, and there is a story by My News GH where Kofi Kinata is quoted to have said, "Why is he not using drums instead of microphone?" You know, there is something that you can appropriate and reprobate, because you can, when the thing suits you, you say, oh, okay, but when it doesn't suit you, the same thing, you want to say, oh, it's not good. If you are talking about slavery, slavery, as of now, there is nothing like slavery. So what you want to talk about is about mental. So it's in the mind. You cannot sit somewhere and say because someone uses a certain name. But what about those who buy and contribute to the gross domestic product of the white? Someone might just use the name and even not buy certain products and other things from outside. And that person is not contributing to their gross domestic product. But maybe you, who is saying that doing this means you are slavery, aside you being a slave by using their things, you are helping them financially to enslave you the more. You understand? For me, I think it wasn't. He went extra, because
he went to the extreme.
Yeah, and it's 2 blankets, and I didn't see the need to put out that, to say that if you have an English name, please can we check the names of his children?
For his children, the ones I know they don't have any English names. I know.
And how can only name?
They are Hima and those skins.
So is he saying that having an English name only makes you a slave? Those who were sent abroad to go and work, did they have English name before they first took them? They took them regardless of their names, went there and worked on farms, working for the person, going under the person's instruction, and doing what he tells you without you even having the point to express yourself with freedom. That is what amounts to slavery. But not just about just a mere name. It's about the deeds, the things you do, rather than just having the name. So that thing was just simplistic. Because in that same way, you are also doing something which contradicts your own statement.
What is he doing that contradicts the statement?
Like his outfit and other things. And some of and over the years, not just recently, over the years, how he's dressed to programs, and he even travels outside.
He's lived in London a good number of years.
So can we say those who travel are like that? Because certainly when you travel, you are going to obey the rules.
Did we really understand him? Did we really understand him and what he was saying? Maybe he meant something different.
As in what?
Maybe he meant something different, that we should also be proud of at least something about us.
And then maybe
so if
then his communication was wrong, because
so if he goes for a name,
yes,
and he doesn't dress like that, that is another thing. He dresses like that, but he wouldn't go for their names.
You see, so why are you showing 2 faces? So he could have, like the way you put it, that is succinct. He could have gone by this way, that we need to be proud of ourselves, we need to uphold the African heritage, we need to be proud of our culture, display it always. That could have been accepted in a way, rather than going that extreme or going that tangent. Maybe he had cases, because we've all championed made in Ghana, we've all championed the need to wear Ghana products and other things, use Ghanaian things. So he could have gone on that tangent. That is a good message. Every Ghanaian will accept this, because at the end of the day, when we use our own locally produced things and other things, it increases our GDP. At the end of the day, development will come, we will all benefit. So we are all for being proud of yourself as a Ghanaian and using what Ghanaians produce. But maybe the form and the way in which he puts that statement to preach about being proud of your identity was wrong. So next time he should maybe check how he puts his message across. He might have a good message, but might put it out wrongly.
Okay, so let me ask this question: names and how you look, which one really represents your origin?
You see, there is primacy. There is what we call primacy effect. And latency effect. That is immediately the primacy effect, first impression. Now, when you go to a place and without being introduced or mentioned to the people, what will the people see first? How you've dressed. And that even speaks louder than your name. At times they can mention your name, but people will forget it even at the program. Are there not times even your guests or other people you've forgotten their name and even struggle to get it right, but you can still see what they are wearing? So for me, what you wear is very, very important. It tells more, because when you are crossing the road to buy something, or you stop at somewhere, nobody is going to introduce you there or something of that sort. Someone is in the car, he just sees you, will see what you are wearing, and that will tell more about you. So you think that how we appear rather tells where we come from than our names? Of course, because there are some statements. At times, I'm coming to you, bro. There are some statements he made that I wish if you could pay attention to them. He said, "Are our names so evil? Are they so bad that because you want to go to church, somebody has to change your name? I don't understand it. So I insisted on using Kwesi Cheidakwa to make a statement that the first name is not English, the middle name is not English, and the last name certainly not English," he said. And he added that emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. And he added, think of your ancestors who were whipped on the back and forced to accept another man's name. Why then in freedom do I still want to fall into that trap and call myself by another man's name? Whatever they do elsewhere, we can do same here, but we don't have to be like them, because we are we and they are they. I've stressed that he had a very good message, but maybe how he put it is what created that backlash for him, where people are also trying to refer to certain things he uses. Sammy, you are a movie maker. He uses. There is a movie with a certain name, Kunta Kinte. What movie was that? He has a good point. Kunta Kinte. I think it's also a slavery movie like that. You've not seen it? Yeah, okay. I hear there is a story like that. That one of the characters, the white, as in the masters, wanted to change his name, but he still maintained, or he wanted to insist on using his local name, that is the Kunta Kinte name. So maybe it is something like that. Say again? Roots. That's the name of the movie. Okay, Roots. I hear that is the name of the movie. Roots. I'm sure it is the same thing KKD is talking about here. Yes, as I've said earlier, he has a good point. Okay. But how let me go to Sammy. He articulated it. Let me listen to Sammy's point here. Thanks, Adam Mesa Chatobe.
Sammy. You see, and certain things has happened to us as people that we cannot control it, and we don't have any means to control it. Many KKD enya drink bakumpukra, because definitely, you see, saa niyamana happen in the past. Oh, time no. It actually has an effect on us. And it be what it bit me a change. Some of them we cannot do away with that. Especially Yakasa. I'm sure KKD travels to so many places.
Yeah, he does.
Say I've met a white man. I'm proud. Something man. I want to speak to you. What you want you? I will speak it.
And to quick one on your point. When you want to identify KKD, or you even want to, on top of your mind, identify him with a tongue, a certain tongue. It is his powerful.
But he's also good in speaking.
Yeah, top of mind,
I know. Sammy say there are certain things that we cannot control it. Baby, we are see a dream. Now, you want to be recognized everywhere. Now, you said the world has become a global village. So you want to be in China, you want to be in America, you want to do business in Germany and all that. Now you go out there, and the best language that you can express yourself to so many people in the world is English.
Okay.
So in this case, would you say you are proud Ghanaian?
But this is different. You are talking about communication.
It's not different.
You are talking about when it comes to communication, we should have a common language that both of us would understand.
Language is
this time around, he's saying find your identity after having a common language that we can communicate with. Let's still maintain our.
How did English become our common language? It's through the same process, yeah. Or can say our names. How did English become the common language? English is not ours.
Our slave masters brought it.
They brought it. Yeah, no kabrofo. No mon kebi. Abrofo ya na di school ebaye. Omo na di Christosum ebaye. And through that na no ma accept a Christosum no na ye hu say a din way a Christopher dini. Ni ya dibika and I'm not sure say obi be won a bar ewo on mine we say mo only Ghanaian name. Oh,
Ebimu Nibi.
Kra.
Yeah, if you go to the Fancy Land, there are so many people who don't have. Yes. Yeah. If you go to the Fancy Land, there are so many people who don't have like local names.
Kra.
Yes.
But at least majority of us,
yes,
local names. Local name.
Agreed. But some people don't have it at all.
And not there,
especially if you go to the Fancy Land.
And not there, it will be your friends say get to be a few of us, but in all this, mental slavery, it's not about the name, It's about how you see yourself as a black person, as a Ghanaian. How you see yourself. And you ask a very important question. Say, when you go somewhere, is it your name or your dress? Definitely. Say, Obi Efra Kinte, Eko Baby, Ijabobia. If I say, if O24 is not in Ghana, now you're inviting or baby na wakono or tutun in Tuma or Tehonuma. You don't even need to know his name. Or any Ghanaian chief, because the kente is mostly used by our chiefs. So when as soon as you see the person, you know that this is a chief coming from Ghana or Africa.
Okay.
And I'm sure all that we need to preach and say mentally, let's accept that we are blacks. Let's accept that we can do whatever we as black people. We should be proud of it. You understand? We should be proud and make use of whatever we have as people.
Okay.
That is the preaching out there. But all because say, yeah, definitely one kasana wokano. You check one. We will see another side of you. I also know you are at fault.
Okay. Roland, I'm going to take over now. I want to read comments. I really want to read comments. I even wish there is enough time for me to activate phone lines on this particular topic. on the fact that if you use English names, then it means you're mentally enslaved. I wish to activate phone lines on this because I know so many people have their own comments that they would want to put out. But let's do that. I'll be reading on Twitter with the hashtag Showbiz Agenda. And I'll also be reading on Facebook as well. So get ready to talk to me on that. Yes, Roland Amate, let me wrap up with you on that.
And our ace broadcaster, our daddy said,
Roland Amate. At least there is an Amate.
I think
Amate is a typical Ga or Dangbe name. So
I tend to agree with him. Like my brother Adam said, he has a very strong case.
Okay,
but looks as if the way he put it makes it very, very dicey. In the sense, when we look at or when we watch these Nigerian movies, the first instance, the moment I will be movie, what the first signal the better will say a Nigerian movie now has to do with their costume. That will be the first. Even say TV numpa ocean, you do volume numpa. The moment you see their costume, you will definitely know say this is a Nigerian movie.
I think you are right.
And it's cut across all the movie industry, like maybe Bollywood, Nollywood, Gollywood, and whatever you may call it. So I would say that yes, name. I will agree with him partly because names have some kind effect in our lives. In
fact, names defines your origin. Like all of us here, if we mention our names, someone can tell at least, if not the tribe, the region we come from.
You come from, exactly.
At the Mesa Chotome, tell me.
Exactly, but
no, tell me. At the Mesa Chotome.
Volta region.
Samuel Asare Ousu.
Oh, Ashanti region.
Samuel Atuobiba.
Oh, Nkoko.
So names
experts
actually have a role to play when it comes to your origin.
Exactly.
So Sammy, the thing is a element to your name, your language, your costume, the food you eat, all of these things. So you cannot pick one and justify it by saying if you do this, you are this, and leave the others. They need to go together. You understand? So he pick and choose. He's picking and choosing.
Okay. Yes, Roland.
So with what my brother said, that is another side. And I won't say for the matter of mental slavery, we've seen people who are causing revolution with regards to slavery and its stuff. The likes of Martin Luther King Jr. He bears the name Martin Luther King Jr., which, from what we've read of what we've seen, says that he is of an African origin, but yet he bears the name Martin Luther King. But he was able, out of revolution, was able to preach people out of mental slavery or slavery kind of. So sometimes it is not about the name we bear, but sometimes the kind of mentality that we have.
Okay.
Yes, because you can have a name like Mr. Kwesi Cheidakwa, but still dress like Prince Charles.
There is something you guys are missing when it comes to how KKD dresses. There is always an African touch.
Exactly.
In his dressing.
I have met.
He will do all his suit and blah blah, but you still see his beats on.
Why you are Sammy Samuel
Atobiba.
Exactly.
You want to miss that?
Exactly. But Sammy, with regards to the name, one of the things is that we don't give ourselves. Most of the times we don't name ourselves. It is our parents who name us, and our parents all of them have meanings and reasons why they give us names, which is why I got to a point sometime in the Bible people's names were changed. You understand, depending on their situation and the time, the time frame. Okay, so it is, we don't give ourselves name. Probably for my dad to give me Roland, maybe he's seen a friend or met somebody who bears the same name, has a very good character, an iconic character that thinks that, okay, I have prayed to God, asked him to bless my son like this kind, or let him be as good as this person, which is why he's giving me that name.
Okay.
You understand? So when you say that, yes, those who bear Western names are kind of mentally enslaved, I beg to differ a bit, because somebody may bear the name but might not necessarily change it like Martin Luther King, but might cause a revolution more than someone who even bears the local name.
Okay, thanks, guys. Yes, boss.
Have you realized most of the white back Ghana, at least move to me 2-3 months, they want a local name.
Yeah.
Especially this now.
But they want it as a Nikki.
No.
No.
Sammy will come to a point I want to raise.
No, when they come and they look for the local names, really they want it as Nickies. They want as nicknames. So when they come and they think, okay, I went to Osu, you meet and they say, I'm called Ni. The lady will tell, I'm called Na. They want as Nickies. It's not as if they want as their real names.
This brings. It fits into what I'm saying. I'm come to say. He says what? Mental slavery. That is what you think in your mind. So, Obronino, what he feels about using the name Ni, he feels that I'm just using the name as Nikki.
Yes.
And I'm not using. So, in that same way, you are also just using the name as Sammy. You understand? It is about how I
am not using Sammy as a Nikki.
No.
I'm using Sammy as my official name. That is what is in what is in my passport, and even on my voter's ID card. My ID card, there is somewhere.
I'm asking you a question. Mentally,
maybe I could have been called Kwekuba as Obi.
So do you feel mentally enslaved?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so it's about your mind. So he said mental. So it is how you feel about your name, how it is impacting on you. That makes you a slave. So if you are not, you do not feel the mentally that using an English name enslaves you, you are good to go. It's about the state of your mind.
Okay.
Mental. So what your mind tells you.
Okay.
So your mind is saying something flex, it's not making you a slave. So move on.